Hi, and welcome to Spiritual Alchemy Energy, the podcast with Julie. This is woo woo for your boo hoo. The intention of this podcast is to allow people to share their experiences, their stories, and their knowledge, and what they do to bring light to the world. Tonight, I have Melanie Channell with me to discuss Chios energy healing. Thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, it's great to be here.
I just enjoyed you when you were on another podcast. We talked about signs and symbols and numbers a few months back.
That was a lot of
fun. What was?
That was a lot of fun.
It was, and that's why I have you back on my show. Oh boy. So I don't know anything about Chios energy healing at all. You know, I'm a Reiki master teacher myself, but Chios never came on the radar.
I heard about that when I was going through, actually, I became a Chios healer in 2006. It was created by Stephen Barrett. And it refers to the upward growth of all light, of all life towards the light. And like the struggle of the spiritual process and enlightenment is what Chios actually refers to. It's a really powerful healing modality. And it uses energy, color, light, and symbols. And very powerful techniques to clear the aura, heal leaks and tears in the aura, unblock your chakras, rebalance your chakras, charge your chakras and your aura, correct the energy flow in your aura if need be, and repair like energetic defects in any of your chakras. So it's really powerful techniques. It's very empathic. So, for instance, as the years have gone by, I've gotten really empathic with the people that I tune into with this healing. I can feel their chakras if they're out of balance or if they have energetic defects, and that's what this healing helps you do if you're attuned to them. So it's taught in 3 levels, and the attunements are passed from teacher to student, just like in other healing modalities. And attunements help you open up your healing channels to allow more healing energy to come through, to flow through you. That's how most attunements work. Go ahead.
Well, I lost the question. I was going to compare it to Reiki in a sense. I mean,
well, how symbols, but it does have attunements, okay? Like Reiki does. So it's passed from teacher to student. I'm a Reiki master too. So that was the first thing that I did. Right. This to me is a little step above, because you can actually really focus, whereas Reiki, it doesn't really use color and light and focus. You can really focus on certain things with Chios, where Reiki is more let the energy flow where it needs to go, more so than focus. Whereas this, you really use certain techniques to get the energy to. There's a lot of techniques to this. It takes a little time to practice. There's a practice period involved.
Well, Reiki is too, because you really need to get used to using that empathic intuition. And what is a Chios? What does a Chios session kind of look like? You're talking about light and color, and
Right.
how is that incorporated into like?
Normally, I put somebody on a massage table,
Mm-hmm.
and I call in the energy, and then I usually use my hands to go over the top of them, over their, use my hand like this. Can you see that?
Yeah, like
And
this.
go over the, yes, or over the aura.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's different, and then I step back a little bit and also look at their aura to see if I can see any energetic defects in their aura. A lot of times, using the hand, after a period of time, when you've done that enough, you're going to be able to feel like a bump. If it's a bump, then, if you're going over a chakra or whatever, you get a bump on your hand, it's like the energy is going too fast. So you're going to want to rebalance that chakra. A lot of times, if you go over with your hand and you feel like coldness, it could, if it's over a chakra, that could mean that it's blocked. So there's a lot of techniques that you use, with your hands and also with your intuition and your eyes. So it does help develop psychic sight. There are several meditations that you can use to help you to develop psychic sight with Chios. Pardon me?
Is psychic sight what you see in your mind or visually?
Both. It could be both. Because everybody has different ways of seeing. Sometimes people get symbols. Sometimes people can actually see the aura. Mine kind of goes in and out, but a lot of times I'll get pictures and also hear things. But I'm really empathic. I'm really good with my hand. When I scan somebody's body with my hand, I usually can pick up a lot. Over the years, I've also used, and sometimes I still do this, I will use a pendulum over somebody's chakra to make sure that I'm getting the right thing, because there's a lot to this.
Right. It sounds complicated.
Right. It's not really complicated it just takes a little practice. So, but it's been a super, it's helped me with healing myself too, because you can do healings, on yourself as well. There are certain things that is better if another healer does it for you, like clearing the aura. So a lot of times people will get, especially around your head and your shoulders, people around your heart and so forth, and on your hips. I've found it a lot too for some reason, but where people will just have stuck energy all around, and so you pull it off. So and that in itself, how they say that you have and this is a really old saying about having the weight of the world on your shoulders. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. Because it's like just stuff stuck on people's shoulders, in their aura. So, and once you pull it off, they're going, I feel lighter. It's just kind of funny.
I bet. I've had sessions like that. Right? Can you see all the stuff over here?
A lot of people get a lot around their heads because they're overthinking things. I mean, a lot of people, it's very common to have it around their heads, their shoulders, their upper back, that. So that's very around your throat, because a lot of times people won't speak their truth. Right. It's very common to have problems with the heart chakra and the throat, especially for women, because they don't speak their truth a lot. They stuff. Right. That's the way we grew up. Right. So very common to have a lot of work done on your throat and your heart. Men with the heart too, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost everybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is this done remotely as well?
Can be, yes. Remotely. There's a couple things, like I said, that are better in person, like clearing the chakra, or not the aura. I mean, actually taking that kind of needs to be done in person. There's a couple other things, like the Frisian method too needs to be done, and that doesn't normally get done very often, but pretty much everything can be done remotely. Yes.
Okay, so back to the whole light thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just drawing in the divine light for healing, or?
Well, some people, it depends on what not everybody uses light. I do. And sometimes people, I've just been drawn to that. It's whatever you're drawn to. But a lot of people don't even use the light in healing with Chios. Yes. And some people see it as white light, and some people see it like as bluish white. And that's how I see it, is kind of the bluish white.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that's how I see it. And I am definitely drawn to the light. So I do use that. It's not necessary in Chios. I believe that it's stronger. It's a stronger energy to use the light.
Right.
And then with some of the symbols, and like when you're charging, then you will bring in color as well. So, yes.
So you're channeling color.
Channeling color and light. Yes.
And are those colors, do they correlate to the chakra colors?
Yes. And so all of the layers and you also are using it in the aura layers as well. So as you're working on the chakras, a lot of times the aura all the way through, because you actually, how do I explain this? You start from the lowest layer, and then you go through all the 7 chakras. So when somebody's on a massage table, you're actually going upward through all the chakras, depending on, through the layers of the aura, rather, depending on how many layers are affected. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I've had aura work done.
A lot of times I will wind up moving my hands this way, around in circles. I just was drawn to do that. So that's how I usually doing it. Yes.
The chakra.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you actually are adding color and light, or colors, into the chakras and into your aura as you're doing the work. So if you have, say, like you've got black and some muddied, aura layers, or muddy or black spots or whatever in your chakras, then you add the colors into the chakras and into your aura as you're working. Okay, so that's charging the chakras.
Interesting. You could probably do that when you're doing Reiki as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's different though.
What's the difference?
Well, it's a different energy. I mean, it's like from the sun. This is creator energy. I mean, and I know Reiki is too, but they feel different.
Wow.
So it is yeah. I've been attuned to around 50 to 60 different healing modalities. So I've really noticed different feels to energies. They don't all come from the same place. So, so you can't really say, oh, this, it's all exactly the same. It is not.
Okay, so what's the origins of this?
The origins of it?
Yeah.
I've got his book, but I don't think I read it once, and I'm not sure what the name of the planet is, but I know that it's from a previous lifetime of his, and he just brought it in here into this lifetime.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, if it was a different planet, or if it was just from a previous lifetime here. I don't recall that. So.
We have a viewer question.
Mm-hmm.
When working with a client on the table and your hands are over the person, are you experiencing the colors of the chakra? Or are you touching the areas of the bodies to heal?
Both.
Okay.
It depends. It depends. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the aura, and I'm also feeling it at the same time. So I can look at the chakras. If they look muddied to me, then I'm going to do one technique. If it looks clear, or if it looks like or feels to me like it's like undercharged, or it's spinning too fast, I'm going to rebalance it downwards. That type of thing. So, but yes, I do touch people. I don't have to.
Right.
But if somebody's right in front of me, I most likely am going to be touching them. Yes.
Do you like to be hands-on like me?
Yes.
I like to touch people.
Yes. And, but I ask permission too. So.
Right. Of course we do. And so when you see defects or imbalances in the field, is it look like static sometimes?
Sometimes, yes.
Static to gray, black.
For instance, if I'm at somebody's head and I'm looking, down to their feet, sometimes I will see jumping. I'll see it like jumping around, and that to me will like tell me that they need a correction in an inner energy flow. Okay, so what I do then is smooth it out. I send energy to smooth out the meridians and so forth. That helps people a lot, and it's not going to hurt you even if you don't have that. It's not going to hurt you. So sometimes I will just do it on people just to. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, so I think people need all the help they can get.
Right? Exactly, huh? Well, I have people that don't believe in even Reiki, and they're like, hey, can you do Reiki on me? I'm like, okay. I've offered, and then finally they're taking me up on this. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I have a question here for you. Do you bring in the energy, the Chios energy, into yourself? Or is it like Reiki where you bring in the energy,
Yes, it comes in through your feet. It goes down through your crown, and it also can go into your other chakras. So, and then out through your hands. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So as a healer, that's what it does, and then goes into the client. You're directing the energy where to go.
Yes, I am directing the energy where to go. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's not just going where it needs to. I mean, it will do that as well, go where it needs to go, but you have more of a chance to focus it directly on where you want to focus it. You can also work on organs and that type of thing. So it's really interesting. Also, Stephen Barrett also has a book, Chios Energy Healing. So that's a really interesting book to get your hands on. I think you can get that through Amazon. But that website is a really great website to get more information on Chios healing.
Is Stephen Barrett the original, the founder of this modality?
And there's also a lot of self-healing type meditations, and a really easy meditation that I've learned, and I do use it because it's very clearing, but it's super simple. That is to meditate on the orange-red ball. And it's very simple, simplistic sounding, but it really does help you to clear. And it's like orange-red, and you become it. You don't just visualize it, but you become it. So that's where you start learning how to be empathic. Because in a lot with Chios, and when you're working with people, a lot of times you actually become that. It's like you become that person, or become that person's chakra, instead of just sending energy to it. It's very empathic. So that's what some of these meditations will help you do, is to build your empathic muscles.
And so the orange and red, I associate with the sacral and the root chakra.
For this particular modality, the orange red is about the sun behind the sun. It's actually creator energy. Creation,
right.
The building blocks, I guess, of creation. So that's kind of how it's put, at least by Stephen. So, and also you can feel it. I mean, when you really start doing that on a daily basis, meditate on that, and really get, I mean, it's hot. It's very hot. I mean, you will heat up, like, at least I do. It's very warm, and it is. I mean, you can tell it's creation.
Right.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Right. Well, the sacral is,
right.
We're creativity.
Right. That's true.
So that's why I was asking. I got it's an affirmative.
The sun behind the sun.
Do people generally have the same type of physical reactions as a client on the table as they would with Reiki, like an emotional release or a physical release?
They can, yes. They can have a physical release. I've had people cry. But a lot of times, most of the time, what people tell me is I feel so much lighter. And I've had people walk out where I can actually see their aura, and it looks sparkling to me. It's so like, wow. Yeah.
That's awesome. I know. What about detoxing now?
It is. It's detoxing people.
Well, yeah.
I always tell people, drink lots of water. You're going to need water afterwards. Because you'll get a good clearing from it.
Epsom salt bath.
Right.
Oh, boy. I'm like, I want a bath right now. It's cold up here. What else? What kind of successes, or do you have any success stories of people using this healing modality as clients?
What do you mean success? Do you mean people getting
improvements, or some stories?
Yes. I mean, I've helped a lot of people with pain.
Yeah.
Pain seems to be taken. I mean, pain and depression. I've helped some people with that, but pain seems to be a big thing. It seems to help with pain a lot, and just the thing is with healing is that the healer can only do so much. I mean, you're giving people tools, but the person that you're working on needs to keep at it themselves. They need to do some inner healing themselves. And that's what healers do. We give them tools. We can't do all the healing for them. When I hear people come to me and say, heal me, I'm like, you need to go somewhere else.
Right. We're just conduits. We're just conduits, right? It's like, I'm not a miracle worker.
Because it's a lifetime. I mean, this is we're on a journey. I mean, we all need healing. I need healing.
Right.
It's a journey. We're all on the same road. Might not be exactly on the same path, but we're all, learning and evolving, and it takes time.
Yeah, you can't just go like this and you're healed.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't.
I can't do this with my nose, and it's all better.
I'll give them a show. Oh boy! So when a person has come to you in need for healing, what is the end conversation about what you, Melanie, learned as that constructive advice?
The end conversation as that constructive advice?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay.
Maybe we should talk. Do you get the spirit give you messages as you're working on somebody?
Sometimes.
Is that the advice that you give them, or do you have other? What tools do you give them to walk away with?
Well, a lot of times I will actually give somebody a reading, a short reading, and read what they need before. A lot of really personal things come up with people, especially around the heart, and that type of thing. And it depends on where that person is at. I mean, if they're really how I give them information. You have to be compassionate when you're giving people information, and sometimes people aren't ready. I've seen some strange things. I saw a snake come out of a woman's stomach one time, and I was like, "What is that?" and I didn't tell you that, but it was
right.
I felt like it was a religious belief, and I didn't tell her about that. I just felt at the time that was something that she released, and that it was fine, because I just didn't feel that it was right, and I have to go by those feelings that I have. Is it okay to say something? Is it not? Is it something that they might have hidden in their psyche, and they really don't need to be told?
Right.
Not everything needs to be told. So I'm very careful about what I reveal to people.
Right.
I've seen people past lives, like people in chains and things like that. And like one person, I told that person because I felt that that person needed to know that.
Right.
I go a lot by my feelings, whether I feel the person's ready to hear it or not.
Right.
Usually I'm pretty right on with what I'm feeling. I haven't had anybody go out screaming out my front door yet.
All right. So I have there's a question here, but what do you reveal? Positive experience? I mean, it all depends on that session when you're talking to a client and what comes up.
Yes.
And how open that client is to hear what you have to say.
Yes. And some people are more open than others. And so you really have to allow yourself to really tap into that person's energy. And does this person really want to hear this right now? Now, if they point blank ask me, what are you getting? Or did this come up? Then yes, I'm going to tell them in the softest way possible. I would never tell somebody I have told people that I felt that they needed to go see a doctor before. I have told people that I felt that they needed to go to a counselor before.
Right.
Because I'm not licensed.
Right.
And
right.
I'm
We
not going to
can't
set
give
myself up for that way.
we're not medical professionals. We can't diagnose.
Exactly. So I but I have told people I feel that maybe you need to go see a licensed professional. But if somebody presses the point, I'm also not gonna tell them what I feel. I mean, if it's really serious, because I can't.
Right.
So,
and if we're wrong, we're sending them, we're traumatizing them.
Yes, and that's not my goal, is not to traumatize anyone.
Right.
So it's interesting.
Is it? It's not lying. It's it's all depends on the situation and who you're working with too.
Yes.
So,
and you can usually tell if somebody's open or not.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're open to the truth.
Right. I think my viewer was trying to find out if you send anyone home with a dietary way of a diet that they can use for internal healing or anything.
Sure. I mean, I have some I do have some. Thank you. Thank you for that. I do talk to people about diet if they ask, because I do feel that that's really important. I mean, it's body, mind, and spirit. And if your body is in horrible shape, nothing else is going to work great either.
Right.
So, it's important to be aware of your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. If you aren't physically taking care of yourself, I've seen a lot of illness in my lifetime with different people, and it really affects you. I mean, it affects you spiritually too. So mentally, emotionally, everything. So take care of your body.
Any truths come out with chakra senses. There are chakra diets out there. My viewer is asking, chakra versus diet.
Well, okay, so they say that go with the colors of your chakras. Okay, so for instance, vegetables and fruits, mix it up. So like you have the reds, you have the orange, you have the yellows, you have the greens, you have, with vegetables and so every color, there's every color of your chakra out there in vegetables and fruits and so forth. So mix it up. If you're just going for like one chakra, say you feel that you have an imbalance in your second chakra, then use orange colored fruits like oranges and things like that. Otherwise, mix it up because that's going to be very good for your body.
Exactly. Because you want those chakras balanced.
Yes. Mix it up.
Get some leafy greens in there. Eat some kale.
Yes.
Did you want to? I know you have a meditation. Did you want to do that at the end or now? Because I want to talk about a couple other things you do.
Okay. Well, let's do the meditation then. Okay, so this is a meditation that I wrote a few years ago that I used to take to psychic fairs.
Okay, we got to answer this question.
Sorry.
Okay. While using chakras as a medium to practice, when you sense colors, do you get dietary understandings while your hands go over the chakra, I guess?
Oh, dietary. She's really into the diet. Okay. I haven't really gone there.
Yeah.
So I haven't really gone there, but from what I was just saying, if you have an issue and I tell you that you have an issue with a certain chakra, you're going to know what colors to go to.
Right.
I mean, pretty much. Like if you had an issue with your second chakra and I said, well, this really is out of balance and I work on rebalancing that chakra, then I could be telling you, hey, go get some orange colored fruits and vegetables, like yams or something to help keep that in balance, because that could work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And and knowing healers, and we all have our unique abilities. If somebody was more into, maybe has been a dietitian and then uses their intuition, that may be something that comes up in their readings versus what we do and our backgrounds. So you might look for somebody like that.
Right. Yeah, because not everybody is a one size fits all. So I mean, with my friends who are healers, I refer people out. If I don't feel that they're a good fit for me, I will refer them to others. So and vice versa. So
right, exactly. So let's do this meditation.
Okay. So this is going to be a self-healing meditation. We're going to be using the circle, the trine, and the star. So we're going to be charging our chakras with these symbols. When you visualize the circle, you want to sense and become the circle. The circle isn't filled in. Okay? When you visualize the trine, you sense and become the trine. So the trine is a triangle. It's not filled in. And when you visualize the star, you sense and become the star, but it is filled in. Okay. If you feel comfortable visualizing the circle or whatever, the trine or the star as light, you can do that, but it isn't necessary. Okay. So sit in a comfortable position with your feet flat on the floor, arms and legs uncrossed, and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And one more deep breath in. And breathe out. Visualize your first chakra. It's red. And it sits at the bottom of your spine. Visualize and become the circle. And at the same time, visualize your first chakra surrounded in a red cloud of color. And keep visualizing the circle and surrounding your first chakra in a red cloud of color. Now moving up to your second chakra. It's orange and it sits below the belly button. Visualize and become the circle, and at the same time, visualize your second chakra surrounded in an orange cloud of color. Keep visualizing the circle and surrounding your second chakra in an orange cloud of color. Now visualize your third chakra. It's yellow and it sits between your belly button and your breasts. Visualize and become the circle. And at the same time, visualize your third chakra surrounded in a yellow cloud of color. And keep visualizing the circle and surrounding your third chakra in a yellow cloud of color. Now visualize your fourth chakra. It's green and sits right between your breasts. Visualize and become the trine. And at the same time, visualize your fourth chakra surrounded in a green cloud of color. Keep visualizing the trine and surrounding your fourth chakra in a green cloud of color. Visualize your fifth chakra. It's blue and it's at the bottom of your throat. Visualize and become the trine. And at the same time, visualize your fifth chakra surrounded in a blue cloud of color. Keep visualizing the trine and surrounding your fifth chakra in a blue cloud of color. Now visualize your sixth chakra. It's indigo, and it sits in the middle of your brow. Visualize and become the trine, and at the same time, visualize your fifth chakra surrounded in an indigo cloud of color. Keep visualizing the trine and surrounding your fifth chakra in a blue cloud of color. Now move up to your seventh chakra. It's violet, and it sits at the crown at the top of your head. Visualize and become the star. The stars filled in. And at the same time, visualize your seventh chakra surrounded in a violet cloud of color. And keep visualizing the star and surrounding your seventh chakra in a violet cloud of color. Now take a deep breath in and breathe out. And take another deep breath in and breathe out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
My feet got hot. That was good. Did you put some Chios in that?
No, that was all you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so you do angel healing as well.
Angel healing, yes, and I do pull some angel cards. I do some of that and teach angel communication.
Oh wow. You got your cards ready.
I do. I'm playing with my cards here.
Okay, let's whatever you want to do with the cards.
Okay. We can play for a moment. Actually, I'm playing with the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot card deck here. I love the pictures in this deck.
Do you have the box still that you could show us?
Actually, I have this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I like those. Those are pretty.
They're very pretty. Very pretty cards. I use these a lot.
Do we have a viewer in our audience that wants a card pulled, or 2 or 3?
Well, how about this? Is there anyone out there?
There's 7 people watching. There's just one talking.
Well, how about if I pull a couple cards for everybody who's watching?
There's 8 now.
Okay. It's 11:11. We're in a doorway here.
Oh, now there's 5.
So there's 5.
Now there's 5.
For everybody watching, I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. Okay. Okay. So we have the 10 of water. Can you see that? The 10 of water. And then we have the 2 of fire.
2 fire.
So this is for everybody who is watching this right now. And the King of Fire. Okay. So for you right now, whoever is watching this, this is a time for a rewarding family life. For you're getting your emotional and material needs met right now. You're having trustworthy relationships. If you don't feel that way, then it soon will come. Okay. New partnerships can be developing right now for you. So continue to move forward with any positive plans that you have in business and in jobs and that type of thing. You're coming into your own, okay? This is actually very positive. This is very positive, the energy in all of these cards. So
It's
this is good.
because of my show. You and me, our energy.
So right now it's like be a leader, communicate your vision to other people, be creative. It's like, and focus on that right now. Really focus on taking action on what you want to create in your life. Okay. There also might be a man around you who's like that, who's very charismatic, motivational, idealistic. Okay. It's kind of a male energy. So it's a very active energy. Okay. So that's this week right now. And also, since we're kind of in a gateway, the 11-11-22, I mean, that's really high vibration there. Use this force for good. That's what I'm getting. Use that force for good and channel your energy into the positive, and it will keep going that direction. Okay. That's what I'm getting out of these cards and also for today.
Awesome.
Just keep moving forward.
You do a weekly card pull that you have on YouTube, correct?
Yes, on Sundays. Yes, I started doing a weekly card pull on Sundays. That's on my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm.
And what's your YouTube channel called?
I do Heartworks.
Heartworks?
You can probably look me up. Heartworks, yeah, 2 words. Heartworks. So
okay.
it should be under that. You might pull me up under Melanie Channel as well. But I'm also on Facebook, and I have been posting that on Facebook every Sunday as well. So
okay.
You want to me? You'll get that. So yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. So to get that reading every week.
Awesome. And if anybody wants to come to you for any type of healing, I've got your information. I've scrolled it all through the show here so they can get a hold of you. For you do other readings, card readings, angel healing, Chios healing, Reiki, numerology. What else do you do? It's a list like this long.
Life coaching. Well, life coaching goes along with the spiritual counseling. So it's but I've done some actually traditional life coaching as well. But it just happens. I mean, people just find you sometimes. So
right. Well, I'm hoping people go to your YouTube channel, and I hope they go to my YouTube channel and they subscribe to both of us.
Yes.
Right. We got to we're using all this positive energy. Come to us, we'll help you. You help us, we help you. I want to thank you for coming on tonight and sharing with us. You're so much fun. I want to thank my viewers for watching Spiritual Alchemy Energy with the podcast with Julie, and getting some woo-woo for your boo-hoo. Someone had to come. Essence had to come and say hi. She'll be on December 2nd, and she'll be doing Metatronic numerology, which has nothing to do with Metatron. Well, thank you again. And this is
you.
Julianne and Melanie Channell. Thank you. Good night.
Good
Okay,
night.
I do not want to.